Hi guys, it's been a while. We're excited to announce that after a long hiatus, we're back on YouTube for good starting this week. In this video, Stevie and I will discuss why we took a break from YouTube, why we're back now, the progress of the Migaku project, and our plans for the future. We had intentionally taken a break from YouTube to focus on developing our software and brand and create learning materials. During these past 2 years, we've actually been continuously active on our Discord server, and if you're eager to stay as up to date as possible with the project and interact with and ask any questions to the Migaku community and team, we invite you to join our Discord server through the link in the description below. Our goal was always to return to YouTube after we achieved certain milestones with Migaku, and we're thrilled to share that we've hit the majority of those goals and are now back on YouTube for good. In the last 2 years, we've received some venture funding and our team has recently grown a lot. During that time, we've also launched many updates and new software projects, and while we still have a long road ahead of us, we're confident that in time and with the help of feedback from the community, a bit of luck, and with the team we're building, that we will be able to deliver the language learning platform our community and we personally have always been hoping would one day exist. We'd love to now introduce you to the main projects we've been working on, starting with Stevie introducing the new browser extension.
Hi everyone, great to be back. One of our major projects during our hiatus has been developing version 2.0 of the Migaku Browser Extension. Our original extension, which we are now calling the Legacy extension, which is still available to all Migaku subscribers, was always thought of by us as a proof of concept. And through years of interacting with the community, we knew that there were many areas where it could be vastly improved. A bit over a year ago, Google announced they would phase out the previous generation of Chrome extensions, which includes the legacy Migaku extension. And knowing that a major rebuild was going to be required one way or another, we ultimately decided to rebuild our extension from scratch, addressing all major issues the legacy extension has in the process. Note that in the immediate future, we will be publishing tutorial playlists here on the channel that cover the usage of all our software in detail. But in this video, we will just be taking a brief look at each project. The new extension has a much simpler and intuitive setup. You simply install it, log in, select your language, and the default setup for that language will be installed. Later, you can install new dictionaries from the settings menu. One major area of improvement has been in our pop-up dictionary. Definitions are now grouped by the word being defined and the pronunciation, images, example sentences, and a ChatGPT AI-generated explanation of the word as it's being used in context can easily be referenced. Card creation is as easy as it's ever been. And there are many cool new features, such as the ability to generate the contents of any field, including generating an example sentence, a translation, sentence audio, definitions, and more, even when only given just a new word you want to study. Video support is still an area where we are improving, but currently we support Netflix, Disney+, YouTube, Rakuten Viki, and Animelon. The new extension also includes a dashboard which recommends content, links to our supported video sites, and includes a section for important community announcements. In the future, we will add a lot more cool functionality to the dashboard, and it will become a personalized hub for your own language journey. When it comes to other future plans for the extension, we will soon be adding a clipboard, the ability to access our flashcard app, Migaku Memory, directly within the extension, and in the not too distant future, we will see a new and improved Migaku reader and video player added as well.
Next, I'd like to introduce you to Migaku Memory, which is our flashcard application that integrates seamlessly with the rest of our software. Sometimes we hear questions about why we decided to develop our own flashcard app, and there are a few reasons we have done so. First, we believe that existing flashcard apps are often too complex or technical for a lot of users and also aren't well optimized for the language learning use case. On top of that, seamless integration across all devices is simply not possible with third-party flashcard application. Lastly, the format of our learning materials, which Stevie will introduce in a moment, is also not compatible with third-party apps. So in summary, we feel that a more straightforward, less technical flashcard application would better serve the majority of input-based language learners and allow them to focus on the important part of their journey, which is learning the language they're interested in. You can simply create cards from native content in the browser extension, then either log into our mobile app or log in from your internet browser at study.migaku.com, and you will immediately be able to study the cards you've created. Our cards are optimized for language learning, and you can look up any words you like at any time with a pop-up dictionary as your you're studying as well. In the near future, we will be adding stats, a personalized study schedule that allows you to choose which days of the week you want to study, vacation features that allow you to take time off when needed, as well as overdue card handling, which will help you easily catch up on your studies if you fall behind. Later, we also have plans for some personal customization, such as adding custom card types and some degree of custom styling, among other things. We truly believe that in the long term, Migaku Memory will satisfy the needs of and be preferred by all but perhaps the most specific power users. Let's now take a quick look at our mobile app, which is available for both iOS and Android. Our mobile app is currently undergoing rapid development and new features are being added all the time. The app is divided into different modules, and the currently available modules are Migaku Memory and the clipboard. Although we currently don't have a reader in the app, you can already read content and create flashcards from that content using our mobile app with the clipboard module. You simply paste in the text you want to read, and then you're able to read it using Migaku's study features, just as if it were a website using the browser extension. And of course, you can create flashcards from that content as well. The immediate future plan for the app is to add OCR support, which will allow you to take pictures of foreign language text out in the real world and then study it using Migaku features. Alternatively, the OCR module will also be able to be used to read text content in image formats, such as reading Japanese manga. After the OCR module is launched, then we will be working on adding a reader and video player to the app, as well as the ability to watch and create cards from certain streaming sites directly in the app itself. We plan to leave no stone unturned when it comes to building a truly robust immersion learning experience on mobile.
We have also been busy working on the learning materials. These materials have not yet been released, but they will begin to be released within the next month, and then we will have regular ongoing releases from that point on. Our learning materials come in three forms. Number one, vocabulary decks. For all of our supported languages, it covers specific categories of words, for example, occupations, food, household items, or animals. We believe studying concrete nouns by category is a great way to quickly increase your vocabulary, and that these decks will be particularly useful for people who are already living in and using the language they are studying, because they can quickly learn a lot of vocabulary that is immediately relevant to their lives. Next, we have basic courses available for each language. These are sentence decks that introduce you to a bit more than 1000 of the most common words in a language. These decks are organized such that only one new word is introduced per sentence. New grammatical concepts are also briefly introduced when they occur as well. These materials emphasize an immersion style approach and are best suited for learners that don't mind less detailed grammatical explanations and instead just want a quick introduction to the language before they start learning and creating cards from native content. And lastly, we have our Migaku Academy courses, which will be launched first for Japanese and Mandarin. The Migaku Academy course is a detail-oriented language learner's dream. They are comprehensive courses that not only cover the most common 1500 to 2000 words in the language, but also the most common 300 to 400 grammar patterns. The courses consist of lessons followed by associated flashcards that systematically, and again in the format of one new word per sentence, introduce you to the language. The Japanese course, for example, will introduce you to the language starting with informal Japanese, and throughout the course will slowly introduce you to all of the different levels of politeness while continuing to explain new vocabulary and grammatical concepts throughout. We are already hard at work on the Korean course as well, and it is the next course that will be released. These courses are designed to give you a complete introduction and a deep understanding of the language, such that you will be truly prepared for interacting with native content.
Lastly, I'd like to briefly introduce you to our new website and introduce you to our new mascot, Migachu. Our new website is very much a work in progress, and currently, thanks to all the feedback we've received from the community, we're actually working on a pretty major update that should more clearly explain the Migaku platform and how it can be used to learn a language to those who visit the site. In the future, we also plan to add an area to the website where we will release articles that detail not only interesting ways you can learn a language with Migaku, but also share general advice on language learning and people's personal experiences in the language learning process as well.
Thanks so much to all the users who've given their feedback over the past 2 years and have helped guide us as we continue to develop the Migaku platform. We currently have a lot of ideas for videos we want to create, and now that we're back on YouTube for good, we'd love to hear your thoughts on what kind of videos you'd be most interested in seeing from us. Whether it's a specific software feature tutorial or a video advising on a certain part of the language learning process. Here's hoping for a successful year of language learning for the entire community. We are so back.